Hey groovy gardeners, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever time you guys are watching this video. I hope you guys found some time to get in your garden yesterday. If you didn't get in your garden yesterday, hope you found some time to get in there today. If you haven't found no time to get in there today, I hope you get in there now or after this video. Or maybe if you're on a mobile device, you'll take your phone with you and get out there to your garden. But I want to talk to you guys about this DIY arbor I just built for my garden. Now, you guys know me, I definitely motivate people to not spend so much money while gardening. Yes, there is an item to buy for everything you need, but more than likely you can create those features at your home with utilizing things that you already have, right? So let's talk about it. I built this arbor with a few things that I had here. This right here is just a metal frame that I had right here as a trellis for my watermelon patch to go up. Oh, and by the way, I actually just did this video, and I had if you guys follow me already, you know I use my phone as a camera. I had my headphones in, and so it actually muffled the sound. So I'm doing this video over again. But it's all right. I definitely love to be out here. It's like 10 degrees hotter out here today. I would say it's in the high 90s right now, and it's early morning, so I expect us to hit 100 by the end of the day. But back to this trellis, I used these bamboo sticks here as a sort of type of frame to hold this weak trellis over. I kind of just weaved it through, right? And then I tied the ends, and that way on all three, and that way it will actually just keep kind of a canopy shape. Now it's not the prettiest, right? Doesn't look the most aesthetic, but I'm not worried about aesthetic. I'm worried about production, right? I grow a lot of plants, so I'm more worried about what I can do to better my plants, not better how the place looks. So this right here is something I already had as well, which is just a bed frame for my son's crib. No shame in my game, right? I definitely utilize what I have around me, guys. If not, it was going to go to the trash. So instead of throwing it to the trash, I went ahead and utilized it here as a walkway in my garden. And then what I did is I threw the cattle panel through here around. I just tied it with little tiny strings. They might not last too long, but like I said, I already had this stuff around, so I just utilized what I had around. See, it's not even in the floor, it's just rolled up right there. And then for this, I went ahead and stuck it in the floor, right, so it could hold it up. Now what I did was I took a wide planter or a longer planter, and I planted different seeds in here. Now once again, utilizing what I have around me, all I did was use some string to create different sections, and then I had a few seed packets, and in each section I planted a few different types of seeds. So there's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 sections. I probably planted about 10 to 11 different vining crops in here. Now I plant densely. I probably wouldn't recommend anyone else to do that, but I can, they won't all make it. I don't expect them to all make it. It's going to be intense weather. So I planted some cucumbers. They might not make it. I even transplanted some cucumbers, and they seem to wilted real fast. So good thing I didn't just depend on those transplant. I planted seeds, and as you can see, they're already sprouting. So it's only been like a few days, maybe like 3 days at the most, and those seeds are already popping. But here goes the string I used. Just something I had laying around. And this is something you guys can do too. I recommend anybody to utilize what they have around me. Gardening doesn't have to be that expensive, right? I just tied the string to the canopy panel to this frame. Did it several times here, and that way the vining crops can trellis their way up this. Now in the summer, this is metal, so it will get hot. So as long as I could get crops to cover this completely, the sun might not be able to hit it and it could keep it cool. But as far as it not looking too pretty, I plan on this being covered with plant. Maybe honeysuckle, maybe passion fruit, or some type of small cucumbers. That way it's just filled with the vining crop, and maybe hanging down some food, right? Like passion fruit. But definitely, guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys about getting out there and creating your situation. Listen, if you are in a household and you're the only one interested in doing things like this, make sure you're the only one putting in that effort. Because if they don't believe in what you got going on or what you believe in, you definitely gotta lead by example, right? You definitely gotta lead by example. Make sure you're out there putting in that effort, and maybe they'll come to an understanding one day on what you actually were trying to envision, right? We don't have too many strawberries today. These strawberries look all deformed. Maybe it's the type of strawberries I grew here. I don't even remember certain strains of strawberries. Sometimes it just I just plant so densely and plant so many things together. Let's see. Wow, yeah, these strawberries are doing very good. As you guys can see, and they're always hidden in there. But yeah, I advise you guys to challenge the odds. Whatever they say you can't do, try it. That way, if you can't do it, hey, at least you tried. And you don't have to spend any more time in the future worrying about if you could or if you couldn't, right? And there's seasons for everything, just like planting. There's seasons for everything. Yeah, you might have grew something and it didn't grow. That might have been for that season. That crop wasn't supposed to grow during that season. So keep on trying. So if you can't grow tomatoes and you've tried and it died, try growing it a different time. It might not have been the season for those tomatoes, right? Get out there, guys. Get those plants planted. That way you're get to utilize lemon verbena in your food. You can utilize kale, celery, strawberries, Swiss chard, different types of mint, chamomile. Maybe you can feed the ecosystem. Maybe you guys can start collecting bees for honey. You guys can maybe start getting mason bees or bees that are friendly and don't sting. And if you have a big enough yard, you can start to habitat bees, right? And that way you're giving back to nature. You're providing a home for the bees. You're creating food for them and food for your family, right? Maybe you guys can start doing worms, breeding worms. That way you can throw your worms back into your garden later. Maybe you could sell the castings. Maybe you guys can start doing compost, even if you don't garden, and then sell your compost. For people who don't have a big enough yard to create their compost, maybe they live in apartments and they need just a bag full of compost, right? But I just want to recommend and encourage everyone to get out there. Try everything they say you couldn't do. Because they told me I couldn't grow bananas, and I'm trying it here. And as you can see, it's not going so well. This guy's burnt up. Look at that avocado in the back. He's burnt up too. Trust me, these guys get a lot of water. But that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. You have to leave these guys to fend for themselves. They have to build immunity. These plants aren't from here. A banana tree is not from the desert. So it has to build immunity. You have to give it some time out here to create and feed the soil. That way it could defend itself from the environment and from pests. It might take some time. It might take the right season, right? But I encourage everyone to get out there. And if you guys learned something today, please give me a thumbs up. Remember, get out there and do something yourself. You don't have to go buy anything. The only thing I bought was this candle panel. I didn't have this. Maybe your neighbors might have one of these laying around. Look around. People throw things like this away. I had to go buy it. Right? This bamboo sticks I already had. Frame already had. String already had. This pot here already had. All the soil that's in here I already had. This is a mixture of soil. I didn't have to go buy anything. Why? Because I use the native dirt that's found here in Nevada. I use some bag dirt that I already had. I use compost that I already had, and I just mixed all of those together. And even some dirt that was already in this pot, I mixed some of that as well, right? And that way I didn't have to come out of pocket for any of that. Right? Now, I came out of pocket before, but I didn't have to come out of pocket right now. And as you guys know, it's a big epidemic going on, COVID-19, which I'm not going to speak up on because I'm not here to get views on talking about trending topics, right? I want to keep it about gardening. Soon, I will be going to fruit tasting, really soon. I'll be doing fruit tasting, giving you guys reviews on how fruits are, what fruits you guys should try from the grocery store, or what fruits you should try growing. But you guys look out for that soon. That'll be in some of our future episodes coming real soon, guys. So I do appreciate you guys for coming today. Like I said, if you guys have any questions on anything I don't talk about, comment down below. Let's talk about it. If you have any questions, let's talk about it. Make sure when you have fruit on your tree that's not vital, take it off so it doesn't remove energy from your plants. Right? But I know you guys probably heard enough of me today. Get out to your gardens. Get some corn planted, some radishes. Get anything planted, no matter where you're at. If you're in apartments, get some pots. Get some pots. Guess what, guys? If you're in apartments, you don't even have to go buy any pots. Go buy some plants. They come in pots. See how that works? Right? You guys see how that works? Utilize what you have around you. You know, nowadays information spreads like wildfire. You know, I recommend doing your own research. Please do not go ask anybody you think is a professional in any of these box stores, because they're going to tell you can't grow it. That's all they're going to say is you can't grow it. Try growing these. No. Go do some research on what that plant wants, what that plant needs, what that plant requires, and then you provide that environment for it wherever you're at. You could replicate it. You can mimic it. That's what we do here. We mimic nature. We mimic nature at its finest. Right? We are nature. People don't understand that. That's why we're able to propagate and put plants together, because we are a part of nature. Humans and plants are made of the same matter. The only difference is our cells. Plant cell and the human cells, or we have blood cells that have plant cells, but pretty much they're almost the same thing. We're all made of organic material. We all come from the dirt, can go back to the dirt, right? We're all biodegradable, right? So, thanks guys for stopping in. Please give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video today. I hope I inspired you guys to get out there and try something new. It doesn't have to be an arbor. You didn't have to build an arbor, guys. Build whatever you want in your garden. Maybe you built a garden bed. Maybe you built a garden bed today. But as long as you got out there. If you, and guys, if you've built something today, motivation of this video, let me know. Let me know so I could go check it out. Make a video so I could go check it out, and I could recommend people to come check out what you've done. If you guys see here, you see my little table here. This is where I do a little bit of working with my pruners or whatever I have to do. I sit there and work at my little table. All this is a tree stump. This is a tree stump, guys. This is a log, just like the rest of my garden, right? And what I did is I utilized this as a table. I flipped it upside down, painted it with a coating that I painted my my wood with, which we'll talk about that in a future episode, because I know a lot of beginner gardeners probably are just putting wood out there and not realizing what weather does and bugs, why they might have to paint their wood before putting it outside. But we'll talk about that in a later video. But definitely utilize what you have. I didn't have to go buy a table. I'm sure there's somewhere selling a table like this, made of the same material, painted with the same thing, for maybe $100 to $300, right? I just did it myself for free. I didn't have to buy anything, right? Make sure you guys are doing that. Make sure you guys are creating a system, a one loop system. Utilize what you have on site before you pull things off site, right? Same thing here. All I did was dig these logs in the dirt, and now they're just, you know, just kind of a design here, just like this. All I did was just stick this in the dirt, guys, right? Just as a design, you know, it's nothing too crazy, but just utilizing what I have around me. Plus, my son likes to sit on this one like a chair. He'll sit right here and lean back right here, and it's pretty funny. But yeah, you guys utilize what you have around you. I'm sorry for you know, just going off like this, but I really want everybody to start growing. I know a lot of people aren't used to preparing their food from their garden. They grow it. Some people grow it and don't know what to do with it. So if you want some tips on how to utilize what you've grown, comment down below so we can talk about it. If you guys are in the area, maybe you guys can stop by and we could do a garden tour and talk about it, right? As you can see, these cauliflower heads, I just cooked the soup the other day. I tried to get it on video, but it didn't work out. I had an issue, so I had to scrap that video. But all I'm trying to say, guys, get out there, get to your groovy garden, right? Get out there, get the grooviest garden, and don't let nobody stop you, guys. Because they told us we couldn't have fruits here in the desert. They said it was too hot. They said it was too hot. I didn't want to take their word for it. I tried it myself. It worked out for me. It worked out for me. I guarantee it could work out for you too. Get out there, do your homework, get some things planted, have patience, put in the work, and you'll have you'll have abundance. You'll have abundance. Like I said, if the people around you aren't on the same page, lead by example. Sometimes you have to take lead, right? Lead by example. Accept any help they're willing to give. They don't have to be in the garden as much as you do. That's your passion. So you be out there in the garden, you provide that environment, and you provide that situation, and you create that situation. And don't leave it to anyone else, because it's not up to anyone else. Your part is your part. So do your part. If you need help from the people around you, you ask for help. They won't always want to be out here with you guys. It's hard work. So you're not always gonna have fans of this type of thing. They rather go to the grocery store. They rather go to the grocery store. They don't have patience to wait for the corn to grow. They want to go buy corn. That's fine. I do both. There's nothing wrong with buying corn. It's not expensive. So I'll buy corn. But I'll also grow corn. That way I can have corn and don't have to buy it once I have it. Right? I can keep the seeds and grow corn again. And that goes for all my plants. But thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate everyone who just views, whether you hit the like button or not. I appreciate you guys. If you guys have ever shared any of my videos, I appreciate it. Anybody who's subscribed, I appreciate it even more. Anybody who watches my long talking videos to the end, I appreciate you the most, because that's really what helps me here in the Groovy Garden is people who are attentive and really want to learn these things. Because as long as you guys want to learn, I'll be here. I'm actually already doing it. So it's kind of weird to be out here talking to myself, but as long as I feel like other people are enjoying the information, I'll keep producing the information. So I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by once again. And you guys have a groovy day, okay?